You ready?
Let's do it.
Squad. I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't go close to her. If you with your gang, let me hear you say what?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is season 3, episode 2 of the Reed Talking Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed. How you doing tonight, man?
Oh, I am good, bruh. It's Army Navy week. Woo!
I feel
Yes,
you. I feel
sir.
you. Get the blood pumping a little bit. Get the blood pumping a little bit. So give me your take on it.
Man, this year I think the Army gonna take it.
You going with the what are they called over there? I know y'all the midshipmen, but what are
Yeah,
they over there?
Black Knights.
The Black Knights. You riding with the Black Knights, huh?
I mean, I ain't riding. I'm riding with the midshipmen all day. I'm just saying, yeah, being realist, they look like Army got the better team this year. But it is a rivalry game, so anything can happen.
Exactly. Anything can happen in a rivalry game. That is fact.
And
That is fact.
and being in a couple of them, I can tell you, Coach Nehemiah gonna give a hell of a speech before they hit the road, and then right before the game, he gonna give one of them speeches that, you know what I'm saying, get the hair on your neck rolling, them goosebumps get the popping. I mean, you got to run through a wall.
yeah. And for the people that don't know, this jersey behind me you see every week. Let me get out the way real quick. That is the Dreaded Archer's former life as a Navy midshipman.
Oh yeah,
Play football there. So you've been in a couple of these Army Navy games. You know you've been in the trenches with these guys. So kind of like give us experience, give us view through your eyes of Army Navy week and then Army Navy game.
all right. So at the academy during Army Navy week, it's all about pranks. You know what I'm saying? Which company can do one of the biggest pranks on the yard, as far as pranking other companies, pranking people in your company, um, you know, putting bubbles in the water fountain and all that stuff. So it's a big thing. And then every once in a while, you'll have some midshipmen that go up and do a prank or try to go up and do a prank up at West Point, and West Point try to do a prank at the academy. Um, Building up to the game, it's a lot of emotion because a lot of guys that come before you, a lot of them have passed on, giving their life in the line of duty, and and you're following those footsteps of those guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of emotion, and truth be told, we really don't even see each other before the game. I mean, pre-game you see the guys, but you really don't have any interaction with them. And then locker room, saying Coach Nehemiah gives a bomb ass speech right before the game, and then you go out. Oh, and not to mention the president comes to the locker room, wishes everybody luck. The year that I was there, we had it was George W. Bush. No, Obama. Obama was there. So it was a big deal, and then you go out and you play in front of the world. It's always the last college football game, last regular season game of the year. So while everybody else is getting ready for the bowl, the two academies are going out getting ready to go at it. So it's a long tradition, and I was glad that I got to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. And that's crazy because you just talked about the president coming in the locker room, right? Well,
Yeah,
I was lucky enough to have that happen as well, and kind of in the moment. Sometimes I look back on it, and I'm kind of like, damn, man, you didn't really seize that moment. Like you should have. It's at the time you don't think about it. You're a kid, first of all,
yeah,
and then second of all, you know what I'm saying. Uh, you don't think about like I'm shaking hands with the president of the United States. You don't really think
right,
about it like
right.
that at that time.
Well,
You know what
because
I'm
at the
saying?
time it's just a person, and I got a funny story. Actually, when I got to travel to SMU, we were in the locker room, and I'm like right about like I'm like two lockers from the door, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there getting my pants on, whatever. Da, da, da. I see two guys walk in black. They look all clear. George W. Bush comes walking in, and my country ass is trying to get my pants up, like thinking, coming to this door? And then boom, like, oh, so I'm trying to hurry up and get dressed and everybody touching on deck. Because even though we were in the football locker room, the commander-in-chief walks in and it's just so drilled into us because he's the highest branch of the military.
Yeah.
He walks in, tension on deck, and everybody just snaps to attention. And he's like, "Oh, carry on and everything." And I'm like, "Damn!" Like George Bush is like right here. Like I'm talking like I could reach out and like dab him up. How close he was.
Exactly. And I've been around George Bush a lot of times. I know that sounds crazy, but I've been around George Bush a lot of times. At one point, I was within feet of every living president in the country.
Oh yeah, because they had that museum open up, the library.
Yeah, the library opened up.
Yeah.
So, but I when I look back on that, I'm like, damn, man, you really let that shit slip through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't take it. You don't. It
no questions asked.
No,
you know what
nothing.
I'm saying? It's just really like think about what you got to do that day or whatever. You're a college student, college athlete at the time, and you really don't sit there and seize that moment that you are bumping elbows with some elite or the most elite class there is in the United States.
It's wild, man. Like I don't know. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I said it was. Sit there and be the president and then get to play a football game in front of the president. And that's the thing that I like that I really love about the game is like how many people can actually say, "Oh, dang, boy, Heisman fell down."
Damn, man, get the internet fixed and the motherfucker came by screws.
Hey, but what you call it? How many people can actually say that they got to play in front of a football game in front of the president?
For real though, not that many people can say that. Not that many people have lost their lives. People have been tackled. People have been thrown to the ground and bludgeoned to get as close to the president as you've been several times.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wild thing to think about. But I'm picking Navy in this game. And the only reason I'm picking Navy in this game, not only because you went there, and that's like the military school that I have actually followed in my life. But when it looks better when they run it. That offense looks like it looks a lot smoother. It looks a lot more athletic. It looks a lot more fluent when Navy.
But Navy we was doing it longer. You know what I'm saying? Like Army used to be mainly a spread, and not until they decided, you know what, if Air Force is running the wing T, Navy's running the wing T, and they're constantly killing us. Why don't we switch to the wing T? And then on top of that, Army has been getting the recruits. Because even when they recruited me, they were talking about building a team that was going to surpass, any military academy team that's come through. And they built that because now they got a passing game and a running game. And usually, when you look back in history, Navy's really been the only academy to really have a strong passing game and running game. Now you got Army that's got it, and it's they've already captured the Commander-in-Chief trophy this year. So this game is really it's about, like I said, bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Well, I also want to throw this out there right now. The series is 61, 53, and 7 in Navy's favor.
Oh yeah, it was like 50. It was like a 15-year winning streak.
So the midshipmen have the record on top. Even if they do drop this year, they're still ahead of the record. But who wants to give up those bragging rights, right? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to give those up?
Oh, nobody. But I mean, the bragging rights are great, but if you're not bringing home the Commander-in-Chief, it's not a good feeling, man. And by the way, that is a heavy ass trophy. There ain't nothing light about it at all.
But like I said, I'm going with Navy in this game. You picked Army, which is very shocking to me, man. But I'm going with Navy in this game. I think they're gonna win it. Shout out to Miss Lisa. She says, "Go Navy."
Go Navy
in the comments right there. Shout out to Miss Lisa. But other than the Army Navy game, like you said earlier, other teams are getting ready for their bowl games, man. It's that time of year again. College football playoffs, and then we also have just the bowl games.
Yep.
We love the bowl games, but let's just first talk about this college football playoff. The Big Four. All right?
All right.
Tell me who
Man,
you taking. Tell me who you like. We'll start off.
I mean, I'm gonna
We'll,
tell you now.
we'll
If,
start
if
off with. Let's start off with Georgia versus Michigan.
now see, a lot of people are saying Michigan. I mean that Georgia's gonna walk all over Michigan. Here's the thing: that game could go either way. You know what I'm saying? Michigan can come out and just say, "Hey, what? You know what? We're in the spotlight for the first time in a long time. We need to go out there and give it all we got." Georgia's just coming off a bad loss to Bama. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what Georgia we're gonna see. Are we gonna see a beaten down Georgia or a more motivated Georgia? If we get a more motivated Georgia, it might be a walk in the park. But if we get a beat down Georgia, it could be a game. And Michigan is one of those teams. If you let them hang around long enough, they'll come back and beat you.
That sounds good. And that's a whole little Cinderella Woohoo Raha story. Okay, whatever. Give Michigan give Michigan their last cheers right now, please. Give Michigan their last cheers. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them.
They made it. They made it. They made it. No one thought Michigan would be sitting here in the Final Four at all. If you would
I
have asked,
agree.
if
I
you'd asked
agree.
Harbaugh at the beginning of the season, he'd have told you, we're trying to get a bowl game. Actually, we just really trying to beat Ohio State. They weren't thinking about being number 3 in the country at the end of the year.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm riding with you on that. Nobody thought they would be here. Well, some people didn't think they would be here. The Michigan hopefuls and a few analysts thought they would be here, but no one really thought they would be here. Like it was like, oh, they got a chance. They're always up in the running, but we don't know if they'll be here. What to do, Cam? You know what I'm saying? Super producer.
Already.
But this is going to be a destructive game. You already know how I feel about the Alabama Georgia game.
It was
You know what I'm
scripted.
saying?
It was scripted.
Scripted. You know what I'm saying? Take the day off, whatever you want to call it. Something went on in that game. It had to happen for the playoff to be the way it is. Whatever.
Right.
That's another story. But Georgia is about to come out and show people what they've been doing. They've been letting up the least amount of points. They've been letting up the least amount of rushing yards. They're about to come out and do that in this game in front of everybody when everyone's watching in the college football playoff. And they're about to show you. We're going to have an all SEC national championship because Alabama, we're going to talk about them in a second, but Alabama's going to do what Alabama does. And we will see Alabama and Georgia in the national championship. And then we're going to get a really, really good football game. It's not going to. It's not going to be what the SEC championship was. It's going to be what the game really should have been.
A dog fight. It's going to be a dog fight to the end. That's what I hope. That's what I hope.
That's what's going to happen. And I don't want to say I guarantee it, but I pretty much guarantee it. And lately, I've been on a streak with this shit.
Yeah, you have. You have. The group chat been popping, man.
Lately, I've been on a streak with this. You know what I mean? So, give me your take on the. We'll skip over that game because that's a speed bump for Georgia. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I love to see good football. Like I said, I've taken away for y'all who don't know, any new listeners out there. First off, welcome. Second off, I have released all claim to any team in any sport besides baseball. I'm still riding with the Sox. But any other sport, I've released claim to any team, and I'm just a fan of it. So a good game to me is a good game. I don't really, it doesn't matter to me. But my opinion of it is that Georgia is going to blow Michigan's walls off. And now I want to hear your take on the Alabama Cincinnati.
It's going to be a bloodbath, man. I say the game going to be over by the second quarter, like a wrap. And that's just for the fact that I just don't think that Cincinnati has the depth to hang with Alabama at all. But who knows?
Look,
who knows? Look, Alabama has already been beaten before this season. Who knows? Who says Cincinnati can't come out there and put up some numbers? I'm just saying, if they can get up on Bama 21-0, man, it'll make for a game. But as a realist, on paper, and just watching football and knowing football, Bama is going to slaughter Cincinnati. And in my opinion, if I'm on a committee of the playoff, if I'm on a playoff committee, I want both these games to be bloodbaths. I want them to be just downright. I'm talking both teams score over 100 points combined, and that'll give and that's their reason. They'll be the reason right there. Say, look, this is why we need 8 to 12 teams in this playoff, because these four ain't gonna do it.
Listen, I come from the AAC. I'm an AAC baby. The AAC was born when with me.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you said, the depth. It's not the same amount of depth. You know what I'm saying? The third string guy for almost any Alabama position right now is going to play in the NFL.
okay,
You hear what I'm saying?
I hear you.
The third string guy at almost any position at Alabama is going to play in the National Football League. All right?
Be it that be special. I mean, be it that be practice squad or
whatever. He's going to
roster.
play. He's going to sign his name on some paperwork in the National Football League. He's going to receive checks from a football organization in the National Football League. That's going to happen at pretty much every position.
Okay,
And I'll be willing to put something down on that. All right?
all right.
The third string guy at Cincinnati is already looking for a job. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna go do his pro day, and he may get a couple calls, maybe, hopefully, but he's already looking for a job.
Okay,
Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? The third string guy at Alabama knows he's going to the NFL, sitting at third string.
And that was a shocker to me, because like I watched the NFL draft, and it was up to probably about 2-3 years ago. I'm watching the draft, and it's like the fifth round, 100 something pick, and it's like Kenny Jefferson, Alabama. It's like running back. He got like four highlights they can show, and you're like, oh yeah, he was the fourth string running back. Like, damn, fourth string, yep. and still
6 years later, you'll see him in the playoffs
starting somewhere. Yep.
I mean, they're those are the guys that are there, right? And it's just strictly recruiting numbers. This is how it happens.
That's it. Yo, Cam said even the water boy's going pro.
Exactly. Shit, they gonna hire him. Hell, if you can hydrate them like that, come on my team. We need some of that over here. You know what I mean? But so I was said the first quarter, Cincinnati's gonna come out and play the hardest football they've ever played in their life.
Yeah, I think
that's another thing too.
That first series is gonna wake them up, because they thinking, oh, they just like us. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna be gassed.
Yep.
At the 6 minute mark.
Everybody's gotten prepared for a game, has this one thought in their head, like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? This dude go to class just like me. This dude put his pants on one leg at a time just like me. And then you go out there and you get hit in the mouth that first time. What Mike Tyson say? Everybody got a plan to get hit in the mouth.
Exactly.
And that first pop, and go, oh snap, we in the ball game. And they're gonna, I bet that first quarter that they play against Alabama is gonna be the hardest quarter that they've played this
in
entire
their career.
season.
In their career.
Yeah.
Listen, let's just say Alabama gets the ball first, right? Let's just say Alabama gets the ball first. And they kick it off or whatever, and Alabama feels it, and they come down and somebody hyped up and they smack Alabama, and Alabama gets the ball on the 15. And Alabama puts together one of those Alabama drives.
Them 2 or 3 play drives?
No. One of them Alabama drives that's 7, 8, 9, 10 plays and march it all the way down there and punch it in on y'all.
Oh, they're gonna be gassed up. Y'all,
it's over.
Who's y'all?
I'm just saying y'all.
Oh,
I'm not saying you. I feel you don't want no claim on that. But if they win, he gonna be like, I told you. Yeah, we know you're kind.
Nah, buddy. No, I mean, I said it's gonna be a tough game for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and there's gonna be so much emotion, between the team or between Cincinnati anyway. A lot of those guys are like what they call them, super seniors.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So this could possibly be their last ride. So I mean, they're gonna go out there and they're gonna give it all. But at the end of the day, Bama is just so darn powerful, man.
exactly.
In a Nick
It's a
Saban coach
powerhouse.
in a Nick Saban coach team in the playoff,
It's a
it's not a
powerhouse.
team. It's not a team you
It's
want to.
strictly business.
Yep, it's
It's
strictly
strictly
business.
business.
And I can promise you, Nick Saban has probably already kind of known, like, yeah, if we beat Georgia, we're gonna be going for Cincinnati, and he probably already got a playbook ready for him.
Man, and he's already telling these dudes like we need to win this by 30.
Yep,
You know what? We need to. This needs to be it. We need to show our dominance in this game.
yep, you got to.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. But speaking of these bowl games, just the bowl game experience in itself is all in all. So we're talking about like these teams getting beat pretty bad. Like Michigan may get beat pretty bad. Cincinnati may get beat pretty bad. But these guys are about to experience something that a lot of people don't get to experience. It's something that they will probably remember
For the rest of their
for the
life.
rest of their life. I know
Oh
I
yeah,
do. I know I remember my bowl game experience for the rest of my life, which my bowl game was happened to be in Hawaii. So we got a week in Hawaii. You know what I mean?
yeah.
My back was also broken, so I was on IR. Didn't practice. Didn't have to practice. You know, did a hot tub. But that's about it. And other than that, I just hung out in Hawaii. You know, and then watched the football game, which we dubbed Fresno. You know what I mean? So my bowl game experience is good. Then on top of that, you already know the gifts.
Oh, the gifts is what make it, man. Like
The gifts.
as soon as I found out what bowl we were going to, the first thing I did was get online and look at what the bowl gifts were. Like I want what we getting.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't even know that they released lists like that. So I was looking like, I wonder if they got what we're gonna be getting. And man, so I was already looking forward to that. I got when I played at Navy, we got to go to the Texas Bowl and we played Missouri down in Houston. And I mean, that whole week from the time you get there, you get off the bus, get to the hotel, and you go into his room and the lady size you for your rings just in case you win. You know what I'm saying? You get a ring. And then check your name on this little list, and they give you a suitcase. Suitcase got your name and number embroidered on it. Open it up, and you got shoes. It was shoes, jumpsuit, shorts, Nike, all Nike. Under Armour backpack, which I thought was weird that we had Under Armour backpack and we're a Nike team. You know what I'm saying? We got a Fossil watch, belt buckle, and then like that was the gifts for that. Then we had a hospitality room that had all kind of Bluebell ice cream and food, snacks, drinks, all that. But hey, it was Bluebell, baby. It was Bluebell. So all the snacks and everything, you know what I'm saying? Anything you need, you let the hotel know, they got you. Then that night we went to a little like press conference deal. Got to meet the Missouri players, got to meet coaches and everything. More food. Then after that, we got on the bus, went to Best Buy, $500 $1,000 shopping spree. No, it was $500. $500 shopping spree. Get whatever you need. Get back on the bus, go back to the hotel, chill. And just all week long, there's different festivities going on leading up to the game. And then we had a barbecue and we got the square dance against the Missouri Tigers. Then we had a rodeo, and then it was game time. I mean, and there's something to do every single day.
I'm telling you, it's something to do every single day. Go out at night. I mean, it's a fun week, man. It's a fun week, and a lot of people don't get to experience. So I hope all those guys take it in. The shit goes by really fast, and it's not guaranteed that you're going back next year.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So I think that's like the ultimate feeling of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we made it to a bowl game. Because like a lot of guys go like 4 years so they don't make it. Finally make it that senior year, or you go early in your carear and then y'all have a couple of rough years and you fight to get back to it, man. So,
yep. I mean, what was it? It was 5 games. 5 games, man. All you need.
It's 6.
Oh, it's 6. 6 games. All you need.
6 games get you bowl eligible.
6 games get you bowling.
We know we're going somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. Speaking of big games, last year, me and you in hopes to see Bronny James actually play basketball. we took a trip down to Dallas, bought tickets, and found out that he had a little injury trouble, and he wasn't going to make the trip. So, us not being really basketball fans, just being fans of the James family, we decided to go do and watch what we really love, and that's a football game.
Oh yeah.
And man, I'm telling y'all, RTL listeners, RTL fans, this was a hella of a game
From start to finish.
from start to finish.
And when I say start, I'm talking about from
Literally.
pregame
Yeah,
to the last horn. It was a game.
it was a game, and it was a South Lake Carroll versus Duncanville in Texas Rangers old stadium,
Ballpark in Arlington.
ballpark in Arlington. Man, the atmosphere at that game, I don't even know if a pro atmosphere would be like that. Those are two touted programs who actually are playing this week, if they're not playing right now.
Yeah, 1-2. 1-2 in the country. I mean, 1-2 in the state.
They're going to play again this year to see who goes to the state championship next week. How does this happen? First of all, how do you think these coaches and players feel that, man, we're meeting up with this team again? Because it happens around here too, like Pleasant Grove, Gilmer, Texas High, Crosby. Those two games just happened.
Yep.
And they were rematches. Rematch doesn't happen. PG's played Gilmer like 3 or out of the last 4 years to see who goes to the state. Texas High's played Crosby the last 2 years to see who goes to the semifinal. How does this happen? How do programs in this state become so good that they know who's coming out of their side of the bracket? We're gonna see each other in the game to go to the big show every year.
Well, it just shows that the talent on these teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, growing up, I don't remember a playoff. I mean, a state title game that didn't have South Lake Carroll in it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it was that weekend and everybody was going down to Dallas, I knew South Lake Carroll was gonna play. You know what I'm saying? And back then it was South Lake Carroll versus Katy.
Yeah,
like that was the game. You know what I'm saying? And like somewhere along the line that Katy, that program kind of fell off, or maybe the realignment switched it up. I don't know, but then you got this Duncanville, South Lake rivalry started up, and said these two programs are just so dominant that as long as everything goes according to plan, they're going to meet each other in the semifinals every year.
Every year. And look at this right here. Let me tell you, Duncanville is like a college right now. I even saw their basketball team play last weekend, and after the game, people were lined up to take pictures with these guys, which obviously guys like Anthony Black, he's one of the top players in the country, if not the number one player in the country. So I understand that. But some of these guys, they were just taking pictures with these guys because of who they were and how good they were. I mean, their athletes are top-notch athletes. Like last year, we got to see, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this guy going around viral on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. They called him Thanos. The linebacker from Duncanville, who's actually at Alabama. He's a freshman at Alabama this year. We saw him play live, and the hype was real.
Oh yeah, the hype. I'm trying to look his name up now.
The hype.
Oh, Kendrick Blackshear.
And the hype was real. The hype was real.
Like the opening drive, South Lake Carroll runs a sweep to the right. Thanos has two guys on him. As he's falling down, reaches out, grabs the running back, and pulls him down for a tackle for loss.
Exactly.
Like, and I was like, he the truth. You know what I'm saying? And
my boy Percy in the comments saying they will beat some colleges. They will beat some college teams, no cap. And that's for real. Especially basketball wise. Football, sometimes, hey, you get out there against that man, hey, somebody at home, like we said last week, somebody at home with them kids, it's gonna be tough for that high school guy. You know what I'm saying? But basketball, for sure, they can definitely beat some college teams. Definitely beat some college teams. So
I didn't see the game, but you think they can actually beat some college teams?
Dude, listen to when I tell you this. I don't want to disrespect him. I'm gonna say his name wrong, but the point, you know what I'm talking about, point guard number 11. That man was shooting the ball like no other. Steph Curry Steph Curry range, shooting the ball like no other. He missed one shot in the game and it was on a foul. And all the other times he got fouled while shooting threes and one making a 4-point play every single time. Penny Hardaway's son, dead eye from Trey Ball, catch and shoot guy. The Anthony Black kid, all around player. Play him down low, play him at the 3, play him at the 4, play him at the 1. Anywhere, don't matter. Number 23, tall, lanky kid, can't remember his name. Cold. 22, defense on point. Cold. Everybody, they had guys. I went to their Twitter page. They had guys who played against Sierra Canyon, who they beat.
Yeah.
Sierra Canyon, Bronny James' team. Also, the Armani guy too. I don't know the guy who's the best player, or whatever, on that team.
Yeah,
they beat them, and some of those guys that was balling in the highlights against Sierra Canyon did not even take their warm ups off at Hoop Fest.
Oh dang! So Duncanville beat Sierra Canyon.
Yes.
Oh,
Duncanville, number 1 team in the country.
Oh, I thought it was just Texas in the country.
There are different lists, but there are lists that have them at the number 1 team in the country. So hey, they're the number 1 team in the country.
You know, I don't have an eye for basketball. I never was a hooper or nothing like that. So I just go by what I see. So you know, I have to go watch them play. I couldn't tell you. I don't know much about.
Listen,
basketball.
man, if there is a chance to watch them play, if there is a chance for you to watch them play, if they are playing when you come down for Christmas, we have to go watch them play. I mean, it's literally, it's almost like leaves you speechless. Like how good they are.
Now I gotta get on YouTube and go watch some games
from the tip, just like how that football game was live from the jump. From the tip, it is all go, all gas, no brakes. They got up quick, like 15, 20 quick, all gas, no brakes. I don't care. It don't matter. We on you. We on you. We on you. But back to the football game.
Yeah.
The Thanos kid gets hurt midway through the game, like bad hurt, guys. Barely can walk. And he is still out here making plays.
Like put it this way, he got cut he got cut on a blitz, and it looked like his kneecap touched his right kneecap touched his right foot, how his leg bent up, and kid still gets up and makes a tackle, and he could barely walk and still playing this game.
Still, hey, when he would make a tackle, it would take him a while to get up.
Yeah.
It would take him a while to get up and get back to where he was supposed to be. And then he would get lined up again. They snap it, and he right back into action. I mean, it was wild. They had some corners that were out of this world. So did South Lake Carroll. I don't want to take them out. They in South Lake Carroll, Utah this weekend. I think the Duncanville game will be on ESPN. Hey, everybody needs to try to check in and check that game out. I'm telling y'all, these kids are doing something crazy down there in Duncanville. I sat next to a guy at the game who has no ties to Duncanville, y'all. 0 ties to Duncanville. Him and his grandson travel around the country to watch these teams play. Year in and year out. Doesn't matter who's on the team. It won't matter if none of these guys are there next year. Him and his grandson will be in the stands at every Duncanville game.
Some true fans.
And this is basketball. 2-3 games a week.
Salt Lake City, not South Lake Carroll.
Oh, my bad.
Even though it's funny because it's the same abbreviation. Same acronym.
Hey, my bad. Hey, check out the comments. My super producer Cam, he in the comments with the details to the game, man. Salt Lake City, Utah. I said South Lake Carroll, Utah. Don't screen record that.
But man, it was a good game, man. Honestly, I thought Duncanville could have walked off with it. If they would have, they had a receiver.
They had a chance.
They had a receiver who was, I give him what 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he was tall.
And the first time they threw the ball in the game, they threw it to him deep. He walks off on the corner, catches it, boom, touchdown, and they never went back to him the rest of the game.
They never went back to him the rest of the game. That is fact.
So I don't know. I feel like that play right there. I mean, you do that, 2 or 3 times. I bet the way the separation that he had, you get another touch, at least one more touchdown, and they lost by 3 points.
I don't remember exactly how many points they lost by.
I think
Don't
it, I think
don't give me line.
I think it was 27-30. I can't. It don't even matter.
Yeah, it don't matter what the
But
score was.
it was a really good game, and I saw this article talking about the game. It was saying, how do these teams meet up, or the story behind the historical rivalry, and just South Lake Carroll got a strong offense. Duncanville known for having a dominant defense. Like these teams, gonna meet up, and whoever they play, what I mean. Well, Duncanville, if they win, guess what? Guess who they got to go play?
Who?
Probably Westlake. So they got 2 Dodds in a row.
Yep.
Which to me is crazy because next year could play. This year could play out just like last year, where you got Ty Dodge playing Raleigh Dodge in the Dodge Bowl for the state championship.
Exactly, and that's another crazy story that we'll talk about another night. But sticking around in that same area, I want to talk about a program who's been through a little bit, and now they are back on top, and they will be playing for the state championship this year.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
They will be. It was in South Oak Cliff, and they will be playing Cooper for the state championship on the 10th. That is tomorrow.
See, I've been seeing stuff on Facebook talking about the South Oak Cliff program, and I was thinking, like, why is everybody making such a big deal about this? And I even asked you before we went live, like, what's the big deal about them going to state? Because I've always remembered that Oak Cliff was all right in football.
Yeah, they are all right, or they're really good in football. They were really good. If you remember watching back on TV a few years ago, you would see them in the state championship pretty much, all the time. You would pretty much see them in the state championship all the time. Every other year you turn on TV, they're in the state championship game playing.
Right.
Something happened. I don't want to quote it because I don't really know what happened. Something happened where they were under some type of penalty, some type of stipulation, something with their football team. They couldn't compete. Whatever. That ended last year, I believe. I'm not looking or reading off anything right now. This is just what I have heard throughout the season. That ended last year. They were supposed to be really good. They were supposed to make a run for it. They got beat in the first round of the playoffs last year. So it left a salty taste in their mouth. But now this year, they've been running on people. The only team they have lost to this year is Duncanville, the first game of the season. All right.
And that's pretty good on your resume.
All right. I want to read off some of these scores.
All right.
All right. Duncanville, they lose to Duncanville 42-27. So that just speaks to what Duncanville is.
Yeah.
All right. Then they go to Hillcrest, and they beat them 63-7. Then they go to Southwest and beat them 55-0. Then they go to Mesquite Poteet, and they beat them 77-3. They go to Conrad, they beat them 38-0. They go to Siegel, 62-14. Adamson, 63-0. Kimball, 59-7. Jefferson, 71-0. Everman, 49-28. Frisco, 35-24. Alito, these are playoff games now. You see the scores getting closer. Alito, 33-28. And then last week against Lucas Lovejoy, and they beat the brakes off of them 42-20. And that puts them in the championship game against Cooper.
Let's drop a bomb for Oak Cliff. Oh no, horns, no bombs. I got figured out this. I'm still figuring out what I got programmed here. So yeah, drop some horns for South Oak Cliff. Bro, man, them is beatings, man.
Talk about running up some numbers, man.
Hey, don't want to leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. I want like them kind of scores right there is one of those, like those scores where it's like ain't no room for discussion. We flat out whooped you. It wasn't no whooping. We would have had a chance if we ain't no doubt.
Exactly. And those type of scores right there really, really, really let you know that you have a good football team. Because no matter who you're playing against, we're playing our brand of football every single week.
Oh, for sure. Your boys really came up.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my boy Percy D. Y'all boys came up. Shout out to y'all, man. That's real. That's real. Hey, check that out. Hey, like I said a couple shows ago or last show, we're gonna have a show with my boy Percy on there, man. Y'all gonna get to see Percy, RTL family. Y'all gonna get to check out my guy Percy, man. He a fool with it. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be some good conversation on that thing.
Percival.
Percival. It's gonna be some good conversation, some good discussion, some good heated battles, some good back and forth, man. Hey, and that's what we bring to the RTL, man.
Oh, for sure. You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But what do you tell as a coach? I want to go off on a little side note right here. As a coach, what do you tell your team in a 73-0 victory? What's the Saturday meeting like? Do you even have a Saturday meeting? What's the next week at practice like?
No, I mean you gotta have amnesia. Hey, forget that, man. As long as you can say you left it all on the field, ain't nothing you can say. It's really nothing you can say. Now, if we go back and watch the film and we get to seeing, you know, missed tackle, not just missed tackles, but blatantly where you ran up to tackle somebody and you just kind of let them pass by, or we got some loafs, you know what I'm saying? A guy across the field, you got another guy here walking while the play's going on. You got a bunch of loafs. Well, now we got an issue. You know what I'm saying?
It's just hard for me to even think about it. Like I played on some bad football teams, right? I played
Yeah.
on some pretty bad football teams. I played on the second worst football team in the country at one point, and then in high school, I also played on a pretty bad football team my senior year, right? I don't think I've ever stepped on a field with a team that was 73 points better than me.
I have. I'm gonna tell you now. My freshman year, we played Gilmer. We played in the second game of the season. No, I think it was third game of the season.
I know you just said you just told this.
Yeah, third game of the season, and we stuck with them. But that second playoff game, that first playoff game, first round, hey bro, they taxed us 70. It was 70 something to 15. I know that much, and we couldn't do anything. Literally, we couldn't run the ball, couldn't pass the ball, nothing. They were just that dominant. It'll break your heart. And me being a freshman, I'm out there
It'll break your heart.
Hey, long in the face, man. I'm over there got tears in my eyes. Like, man, I ain't never got beat this bad. I'm going to take this high. Shit, I'm a transfer, man.
It's time to jump ship. I told y'all he a ship jumper. I told y'all he a ship jumper. But no. Speaking of it being hard to win, hardships in sports, hard things that come up. This conversation's come up frequently, or I'm not gonna say frequently, but recently in my life, and a couple of times it's come up, and I've gotten several different answers. But a lot of people are on a different side than I am, and I want to get your take on this right here. And anybody that wants to chime in, let me know. All right, I want to know: is it harder to win a Super Bowl? Not just a championship, but we're talking about Super Bowl. Is it harder to win a Super Bowl or is it harder to win an Olympic gold medal?
Man, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. And the reason I say is because is it hard to get to the Olympics? Yes. But once you get there, you know what I'm saying, and you win your gold medal, the odds are in your favor to keep winning that gold medal. As long as you can do what you're supposed to do, the odds you win that gold medal is pretty high. So when you look at, like, say Usain Bolt, the only reason that there was a new gold medalist in the 100-meter dash this year is because Usain Bolt wasn't in it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they win. They only win because they were second place to somebody else who didn't retire and they just slid into their place. So obviously it's not that competitive if a guy's been second place for six Olympics, and then as soon as the guy retired, he slides in the first place. So how competitive is it really?
Exactly. And that's my thing too. Like the best or the fastest track athlete's going to win.
Yep.
All right. I see Percy. He thinks it's harder to win the gold medal, but hear me out here. Hear me out. The fastest track runner is going to win. All right.
Yep.
The guy who's been posting the highest pole vault height, he's going to win the gold medal. All right. The guy who's been throwing the furthest in the shot put all season, he's going to win the gold medal. That's going to happen. But the best wide receiver isn't going to win a Super Bowl. The best quarterback isn't going to win a Super Bowl. The best right tackle isn't going to win a Super Bowl. The best middle linebacker isn't going to win a Super Bowl. Being the best at your sport or being the best at football doesn't allow you to win a Super Bowl. You can train as hard as you want to train and become the best that you can actually be. You reach your full potential and be the best in the world. And it's not going to make you win a Super Bowl.
You cannot be the best and still win Super Bowl. That's what makes it easier. Yeah, but you can be the best and not win it. That's the thing. It's a team thing. If you're one athlete, you got to worry about yourself. I run a 200. That's all I do. It don't matter if the guy on the team with me in the second heat, if he lose, if I still post the fastest time, I win. You know what I'm saying? It don't. Team sports and individual sports do not go hand in hand at all.
Exactly. Now I think if you bring in the relay, like if you say, is it harder to win a 4x1 gold medal or a Super Bowl? I think it's the 4x1 gold medal. I think that because now I have to depend on 3 other guys to run their leg perfect, like I'm gonna run mine. All right. So now I think the gold medal actually has a chance. And the fact that, and I'm glad you just said that, Percy, because that was leading up to my next point. People, you can only go to the Olympics every 4 years, right? You know, you don't get a shot at it often. You get a shot at the Super Bowl every single year, and you still might not win one. But if you're the best at your sport, if you're the best at your event, you're gonna win a gold medal at the Olympics. Within your years.
The Olympics, but at any other world track meet that comes up.
Exactly. You're gonna win gold medals at your event. Going to the playoffs every year isn't even it doesn't even happen. People don't even go to the playoffs every year, let alone go to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I can't get behind that the gold medal is harder. Because I can be a track runner, right? Let's say, okay, a lot of it's natural, okay? A lot of it's natural. You gotta be naturally fast if you want to have a shot at the Olympics for the most part. Especially when we're talking about running track. And I believe running track is what people are thinking about when they say win a gold medal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's some events out there like speed walking.
Yeah. So I think if I'm naturally fast and I hire a trainer, I hire a track coach, I'm willing to invest in my future, I'm willing to invest in my career. And I hire a track coach and I have the right diet and I do my stretching and I work out, everything right. And I train as hard as I can and I reach my full potential and I'm running the 9.5 and the 100. I'm going to get a gold medal. I'm going to get one.
Yep.
But I could be a quarterback. I could be a right tackle. I could be a running back. I could be a receiver. And I could train as much as I can in my position and become the best in the world at it. Break every single record in my position, everything like that, and still never win a Super Bowl.
Don't sniff it. I actually looked up, hardest sports to get a gold to win a championship in. And what came up was number 1, the Stanley Cup. Didn't realize how hard it was to win a Stanley Cup. Apparently, the Stanley Cup is hard to win. 2 was the World Cup. 3 was Super Bowl. Then it was the MLB, and then it was the NBA. So I mean, the Olympics weren't even in it. They didn't even have the Olympic medal in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, most people don't think it's that hard to win a gold medal.
And I think and that sounds crazy to say, right? And I think that's what gets a lot of people hung up on this topic, because like saying it's not hard to win a gold medal sounds like blasphemy. It sounds crazy. It sounds like
out of context.
You know what I'm saying? But the level of difficulty that it takes to win a Super Bowl. There's so many moving parts to it. The coaching got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Players got to be on point. You're dependent on everybody else to stay healthy as well.
And not only stay healthy, stay out of trouble.
Exactly. There's so many other variables that you can't control to win a Super Bowl that it just makes it so much harder to me. If anybody else wants to chime in on it, if anybody want to hop in, click on the link and hop in and speak your piece on this subject. Click the link, hop in, let me know. But right now, I can't waver from Super Bowl being harder than a gold medal.
No, you mean a little around. Super Bowl is harder than a gold medal.
I mean, yeah, I can't imagine the Super Bowl being
Not,
easier than a
yeah,
gold
easy. No way. Like I said, you said it's just too many moving parts. You know what I'm saying? That goes into it, and then you got to worry about what your quarterback got going on at home. You know what I'm saying? Is your receiver fighting any legal troubles? Can he play today?
Exactly. Fozzie, my boy Fozzie, I just seen him pop up, man. Fozzie, hit that link. Hit that link, man.
It's so hard, but Tom had 6. Yeah, but Tom had 6 good teams. 6 good teams. And guess what? There's only one player, and Tom got 7. Not 6. He got 7.
Look how many times Tom didn't win it, though.
Exactly. And Tom is the only, or not just Tom, but the Patriot organization is the only organization to get 7 rings.
He don't have 7 with the Patriots. He only has 6.
6 with the Patriots, 7. So Tom Brady is the only quarterback to have 7 rings. Period. He got 7. Oh, so this is Percy.
Fact check him. That's Percy. That's Percy on his wife's page. Check him out, Percy. Fact check him out, Percy.
He got 7 rings, don't he?
We about to find out. You gonna learn today.
He got 7 rings. It ain't 6.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Here we go. Fozzie.
Fozzie.
What's good, sir?
What's happening?
Not much, man. How you doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Fozzie, man, I got a question for you, man.
What's up?
Is it harder to win a Super Bowl or an Olympic gold medal?
I'd say probably Super Bowl.
All right. Explain.
I think a lot of it has to do with all the different players you got to deal with, man. Like, yeah, I mean, I saw the comment earlier about Tom. Like, Tom's great, but you give him a terrible team, he ain't gonna win Super Bowls. It just is what it is. If you don't have people that can block for you, you don't have people that can catch the ball, you ain't gonna win the Super Bowl.
Nope,
you can be the best quarterback in the league,
right?
I mean, look at Dan Marino.
Exactly. I agree solely. I agree with you, Fossey. I think that Super Bowl is a lot harder to win than a gold medal, actually. I think that a gold medal, like I said, if you train and you become the best at your craft, you will win a gold medal. But it doesn't happen that way in sports. But I want to put a pause in this right now because Trey, give yourself a round of applause over there, man. Give yourself some hand claps right there, man. Tom Brady has 7 rings. Tom Brady has 7 rings. Trey is not right often in these little bickerments. So I just had to go ahead and give you your props right there. Tom Brady has 7 rings, not 6. 6 with the Patriots, 1 with the Bucks.
Yep.
It's easier to create a good team than to run faster. No one was beating Usain Bolt, regardless if they train. But that's what I hear you, but that's what I'm saying. You have to become the best. If Usain Bolt is better than you, then you aren't the best.
Exactly.
I mean,
whoever's the best in that sport, whoever's the best in that event is going to win it. Most of the time. More likely than not.
barring some kind of jumping the gun or pull hamstring or something.
Well, the question is also, like me and Trey talked about the last time I was on, playoffs in Texas. Is it harder to win a state championship in Texas than it is to win a Super Bowl?
Oh,
Because what is it, 64 teams that makes playoffs?
it
Altogether,
is. But you're gonna run across some Dookie. You gotta think about that. You're gonna run across some Dookie. Because we saw some 2-win teams this year in high school football. It's like 2-win teams get in. That fourth seed. You know what I'm saying? So you can run across some Dookie in there, but in the playoffs of the NFL, you ain't running across no Dookie.
No.
Yeah, but there's only 6, 7 teams in the playoffs? 8 teams?
Yeah, it's only 6, 7 teams in the playoffs, but you you play 3 playoff games? You play 3 playoff games in the bowl?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, them 3 playoff games gonna be some games.
They're gonna be hard.
In high school, you play 6 playoff games. You play 6 playoff games, but shit, 3 or 4 of them might be garbage.
3 might be garbage. I think once you get out of region, your region, that's
depending on what region you in. Because over here, if you can get out the region, you gonna win that hoe.
Yeah, you're gonna win it. But that's how it's always been in that area. And back in 3A, if you could get out the region, you was winning state. You were gonna be the champion.
And that's just how it goes, man. But Fozzie, man, what football you been watching, man? I know you've been in the dumps a little bit. It's been tough. I know you boomer sooner out. I know it's been tough for y'all here recently.
Hey, we're on the up and up now. We're actually gonna have a defense for once.
Oh yeah, I do want to talk to you about that. Oklahoma going defensive minded. That's a big change. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that.
So where's this new coach from?
Clemson
D coordinator.
Also, so yeah.
He coached at OU for, I think, 13, 12 years. And then he left for Clemson. And ever since he's been at Clemson, every year he's been there, he's at a top 10 defense.
And right now, Oklahoma got the players to have the number 1 defense in the country.
If they can keep them.
Which I think they're going to keep a lot of the defensive guys. Most of the ones that are going to leave are going to be seniors. But the main thing is the bigger hire is they hired Jeff Levy, which was the offensive coordinator at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
He's had a top 3 offense the last 5 seasons he's been coaching. And he might be able to keep some of the offensive players. That's the worry. Is Caleb Williams going to leave, the quarterback?
Yeah. Exactly. Because we know Spencer Rattler's in the portal. We see
Spencer's gone.
We see what's his name? What's the receiver that just got up out of there?
Jaden Hazelwood.
Yeah,
Arkansas.
Arkansas. So it's the portal is open and alive right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm hoping that these coaches can keep some of these guys around. Now, I don't know if you saw this, Nick, but SMU signed our former defensive line coach.
Yep, I saw that. And they also hired the coach from Miami as well as the head coach.
Yep.
So it seemed like Oklahoma is what's his name? Riley what?
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley seemed like his coaching tree is starting to expand.
Yeah, he's Lincoln Riley's offensive coach, right?
Right.
He's only taken one offensive coach with him. All the rest told him no.
Also, they all turned him down.
They all turned down except for the defensive guys because Venables fired every defensive coach.
Oh, dang. So they probably should have left with him.
So the offensively, though, he only took the outside receivers coach.
That's our receivers coach. Yes, we did see that Landon joined the portal, and we have seen the portal actually post on Instagram today where they think Landon's going to land.
Where did it say that they think he's going to land?
They think that he's going to land at Arkansas.
Well, that'd be a good place for him.
I don't know. I just know back when he was getting recruited, I said that'd be a great fit for him. Either there or Texas. You know what I'm saying? And I thought Arkansas just because you had the kid from Ashdown going down, and it was like, man, you get 2 Texarkana boys on that defense, it's gonna set it off, and the kid from Ashdown ended up having a damn good year. And
I
he was
think
all
he's
first team all
SEC.
SEC. Yes, sir.
Exactly. And I
Yes,
think
sir.
that could have definitely been in the cards for Landon. And I also kind of wish that they all would have went there. Kind of, you know, the year that Arkansas had, we knew it was coming, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure everybody knew it was coming. They were going to have a pretty good year, have a chance to beat some good teams. Some teams are going to have a down year, and they were going to have a chance to make some noise. They were going to have a chance to do exactly what they did this year. We knew that before the season, right? I wanted to see old Marcus Burris go down to Arkansas too, man, and just turn it out down there. That would have been something legit.
How crazy would that have been if you would have had every 4- and 5-star recruit at Texarkana go to Arkansas?
I mean, Landon could come up to OU and get coached by Venables.
He could, man. He could. I like OU. I've talked very highly of OU on this show for a long time, man. But it was always coach based because I know how Lincoln Riley gets players. He gets a lot of good players to come wherever he is. So I knew that he would be able to get a lot of good players as they trudged on into the SEC. I was all on board. But now I'm not saying I'm jumping ship. I'm not saying I'm done pushing the OU train. But I just don't know if we're moving at the same pace as we were.
It's going to be a different feel because Lincoln would recruit strictly off of stars and mostly offensive players. Venables, if you watch the moves he's made since he came in, they're strategic, like they're position based and fit based.
Yeah,
he's not just going and offering the biggest stars in the country.
Yeah,
like our recruiting class may not be as high with as it was with Lincoln, but I'm hoping that they play better together.
Yeah,
the way it was with Lincoln.
Like it's better pieces.
Yeah.
Hey, Percy, I'm not disrespectful to LSU. I'm just speaking facts on LSU that nobody wants to speak. I don't understand it. I don't understand why, as Americans and as sports fans, for sure, we won't open our eyes and just look at what's right there in front of us and just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, sometimes when you're a fan of a team, you get them goggles on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I got my cowboy hat on, but sometimes I'll be blinded. I know what's coming
all the time. All the time, you be blinded.
I know what's coming. I know how we gonna play, and I'm like, nah.
He said 2019. I gave y'all credit for 2019. I gave y'all credit for the Honey Badger era. I gave y'all credit for all that. I'm not saying that there hasn't been outlying years that y'all have been on top. But other than that, you have been the middle of the pack. You have been LSU, and you've just been that. And that's just all there is to it. You had a mediocre quarterback and a good running back.
Cool. Hey, those are exceptions. Those aren't the rule.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Those are exceptional years for y'all. And I give y'all props for that. Joe Burrow's a move-in, since everybody want to talk about people moving in. Joe Burrow, a move-in, was a humongous part to that success. That's not LSU. That's Ohio State.
Exactly.
Ohio State's title.
Give Ohio State some hand claps.
Get them boys their credit.
Give Ohio State some hand claps, man. Ohio State is the reason Joe Burrow had that cigar in his mouth in the locker room, not LSU. Come on, man.
And just to think that Joe Burrow was there when they had all them cats there. They had 3 NFL caliber receivers there, and he was at the 4th string.
Or quarterback.
I think that almost the whole offense got drafted.
Yes.
The offensive line included.
They seasoned Joe Burrow. See, Louisiana always trying to take credit for the seasoning. Ohio State seasoned Joe Burrow. They seasoned him up. Seasoned him up and sent him on down to the bayou.
Oh, down to the bayou down there in Louisiana, boy.
And now y'all,
Creole gumbo.
Now y'all done hire Brian Kelly from up north. Coming down that press conference, want to talk like that right there.
I'm fake accent.
Me and my family coming on down to LSU.
He didn't do that, man.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, is he from the South?
No,
not from the South.
I hope his agent didn't advise him to do that.
Hey, that's his recruiting voice. Every time he goes to different parts of the country, he pulls out those voices. And then whenever
Hey.
you see him on campus, he's a totally different person.
Hey, how
So-
you doing, man? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, so I have a teammate from SAU, and he coaches over at Captain Shreve in Shreveport, and Brian Kelly was in Shreveport today. The same cornerback that Nick Saban came down to see. Brian Kelly was down to see this kid, so this kid must be the truth.
Oh yeah, the kid from Captain Streams, he's legit.
Oh, you know who he is,
Yeah, he's legit. He's legit. He's legit.
bruh?
And check this out right here. They peeped that shit immediately.
What shit?
The Brian Kelly shit.
They did? Oh yeah, they did.
They peeped that shit immediately, bro. Like you fake mug. You know what I'm saying? They peeped it immediately, and it's a wrap. I think. I don't know, man. I've said this once before in a conversation. I'll say it here. Go ahead and put it on wax one time because I've been on the road lately. It's a lot different. We all know. We've been in college locker rooms. We know that there's different ecosystems.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We know it's different vibes. There's different feelings in locker rooms. And I can almost guarantee you that the vibe and the ecosystem and the way shit work in the Notre Dame locker room is totally opposite
yep.
from the ecosystem, if you get my drift, and vibes that's going on in that locker room down there in the Bayou.
Just I promise there ain't no young boy playing and in South Bend at all.
That's exactly why I knew Lincoln wasn't going to LSU when all those reports were coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not going to Baton Rouge.
It doesn't fit. You have to
LA fits.
Yeah, LA fits Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
LA fits Lincoln, but I know, like that linebacker said, you better take them Jordans off too.
Yeah.
I think he had him on when he got off the plane.
He did. He had him on.
He had him on.
Hey,
Did y'all see the press conference when they brought Brent Venables up? The AD gave Brent some red fours.
Oh man,
that's what we talking about, man.
Right there on the stage.
I wonder. So all these teams, this is a little side note, but all these teams sponsored by Jordan, because I saw that last week North Carolina got the cool grays after the game. I wonder if Oklahoma and you know what I'm saying, are they?
I doubt Oklahoma and them got the cool grays, but I did see today, or I got today from shout out to my boy Burke, shoe guy. He said they released 1 million pairs, so maybe every one of those players are going to get a pair of cool grays. They released 1 million pairs of them.
Yeah,
I don't think they give the players like the shoes like they give the coaches. From what I understand, it's like displays. Like the coaches wear them and shit, and they'll choose one pair to give them as like their road shoes for like traveling. Like they don't give them whatever choice they want.
Yeah. I just know, you know, a lot of guys are signing those deals. I bet you they getting the deals with shoes in them also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, but the basketball team is 15 guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus 100 guys. You know what I mean? So North Carolina sponsored by Jordan, plus this North Carolina, they're getting the exclusive of the exclusive shit.
Oh, for sure.
Mac Brown was wearing those 11s today.
Yeah, Mac Brown be fly. His shit. He be wearing the baby blue fours all the time.
Yeah. Man. Matter of fact, him and what's his name? Roy Williams. Roy Williams always had on baby blue fours.
I'm telling you, man. But hey, I don't know if y'all have seen it or not, but there's a thing going around right now. I'm not really a TikToker. I've gotten more into the reels and shit on Instagram and Facebook, but I'm not really a TikToker. But y'all seen the thing going around on TikTok where these people are kicking the shit out of these doors. What song is it?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a song they playing at the end, and in one part of the song it's supposed to be
that heartbeat song.
Yeah, then they kicked the damn door. They kicked the shit out the door, man. They kicked the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Well, now people are going around doing this shit all that wild, like us Americans love to do once we see a trend on TikTok. People are going and doing this shit everywhere. Random people at doors. I do believe it started in dorms where people were doing this to people that they knew, like their friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Now people are going around doing this stupid shit on random doors, and the police are getting called for home invasions.
Hey,
Give me your spill on that.
So I came across an article and I was reading. I'm like, this can't be real. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't seen any videos of it. Just read the article where at one house, I think it was in Florida somewhere, the lady ended up calling the cops, whatever. And I'm thinking, have we really got to the point where we just like see a trend and throw all logic out the window? Like, what happens if I go to this door and I kick it and this cat open up and just let loose fire? Because the climate today, people is on edge right now. So the last thing you want to do is be sitting in your house and you get three or four boom, 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 boom at your door. The first thing I know I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my little homie out the closet. Hey, wait, what's going on? So hey, that's just me. But
same here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand why people go. I think that's what I'm saying. Like us as Americans, and I always bring it into the sports world. But us as Americans, we truly take logic and common sense out of our daily activity.
When attention comes to it, if there's going to be a chance for me to get views and likes, what you call it, they throw all logic out the window.
Ding dong, but it was a different time. I get it, and I know, and I feel myself getting old as I speak these words. Right, I'm about to say this shit, and I'm about to sound like all of our parents. It was a different time back then.
Hey,
Yeah.
It sounds crazy to say it, but it was.
Ding dong ditch isn't breaking the entry.
It's not. You literally ringing the doorbell, knock knock, and you dipping. When you turn around,
But he's saying ding dong this too, because we used to call it back in the day. I know I might get kicked off Facebook or whatever, but back in the day, nigga knocking. When you really get that, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that stuff was stupid, but at least we weren't breaking into the house.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I guess they're not trying to break into your house, but when you turn yourself like this and you kick that leg back and you give 3 good mule kicks, bro, you might kick the door off the hinges.
Exactly.
You just might.
Exactly. And back then it was just a different climate. Like back then when you ding dong dished or you did whatever, first of all, it was probably in a neighborhood that you always did it.
Yep.
But they probably knew whenever it happened that the people on the inside of the house most of the time was like, oh, there's some kids playing around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at this time, at this day and age, and at this social climate, if boom, boom, boom on the door is never the first thought that it's probably some kids playing around.
No, not anymore.
That's probably actually the last thought.
Especially for people that aren't on TikTok.
Exactly. Now it's probably somebody trying to break in. Is there a protest going on? What's going on? And now everybody's strapped.
Or they have broken in.
Or
here, you know what I mean? Because you accidentally kick it open to that person on the inside, you just broke in.
Yep, exactly. And whatever happened after that happened.
Whatever happened after
that
happened.
I think as society, we I know these TikTok trends and Instagram trends and all that stuff it seems fun and playful and harmless, but at the end of the day, I think we begin to take it too far for as the kids say, the clout.
Too far for the clout. Don't do it for the clout. That's gonna be our hand clap of the day. We started a new thing on the RTL. Hand clap of the day. Don't do it for the clout. If you find yourself in this situation, I'm gonna go on my commercial voice. If you find yourself in this situation where you're doing something just for the views, think to yourself, am I doing this for clout? And don't do that shit.
It's wild, and we've seen these challenges end where people have gotten killed. Not this particular one, but you know what I'm saying, people eating Tide Pods.
Crate challenge.
Crate challenge.
Had a few fatalities.
Man, I saw a dude almost break his back, man. Old man. Had no business up there, but they didn't pump his head up. He didn't got to the very top fall, and there was 3 crates, and he landed on his back.
I will say one thing about the crate challenge. The crate challenge is actually for money too, though.
Sometime, not all. I mean, in Texas County it was, but around the country,
around a lot of places it was for money. I mean, the people that were actually going to give the money if you won were the people getting the views. It wasn't actually the people walking across the crate getting the views. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was something different, man. But Fonzie, while we got you on here, man, spit me some college football playoff knowledge. Spit me. We're gonna just go with the Big Four right now. Spit me some game scores if you have them, if you have some scores in mind, but definitely the win and loss.
Man, I don't think Cincinnati has a chance in hell. I'm rooting for them.
You ain't
I
said
want
nothing.
them
We
to
ain't
win,
said.
but I don't think it's even within 3 touchdowns.
No, they
Oh,
only.
no.
Hey, now Vegas got the spread at 13.5.
I tell you, bet the over.
Bet the over. That's what I said.
I don't think it's going to be pretty. And then Georgia and Michigan, it's like I think Georgia's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan pulls it out because Georgia hasn't had the offense really.
But they haven't let up very many points or yards either, though.
That's the argument. I think Georgia's going to win. I think it's going to be Georgia versus Alabama. As much as I hate to say it, and then I think Alabama's winning it all.
Okay, Alabama winning it all on the second go around with Georgia. Okay, Fonzie. See, I got you. I'm with you. I'm all the way with you on the Georgia Alabama national championship. But I do believe in the national championship, Georgia is going to their defense is going to play how their defense has been playing.
It's hard to beat a team twice.
I mean, I would prefer if Alabama didn't win, just because I'm sick of seeing them win. But to me, they're the best team in the country right now.
Yep, and
Like,
they're
all the
young,
way
and they're
around.
young too.
And they're young. A lot of them are coming back.
Yeah.
So, Texas fans, y'all might want to get ready for week 2 next year.
Hey, yo, I saw that. I was on Facebook and I saw somebody had posted. I think it was Hammy. Hammy posted the schedule, and I saw Alabama at number 2. I mean, week 2, and I was like, "Oh Lord, have mercy."
They're bringing a lot of people back.
Hey, a week 2 Bama, they gonna put up 50, 56, 50 or 60 points easy.
If Texas doesn't make a big turnaround, they might get the hell beat out of them.
Man, that ship is sinking over there, man. That ship is slowly but surely sinking over there.
But if they beat them,
well, that's what's good about those games is you have nothing to lose. Everyone thinks you're going to lose anyway.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah,
fact. I think the biggest thing in Texas this year, I hate to say it too, because I've been gave them already their props for the season. I can't give them no more props. But that Arkansas damn game, Texas, all you had to do was come up and put up a damn fight.
That's it. Put up a fight. They didn't do that.
And people would have let you ride. Because we always let Texas ride. You know what I'm saying? Texas is one of those teams too, just like LSU, you living off the old shit.
Yeah.
We would have let them ride. We always let them make it. Texas is just Texas. They are who they are. We let them make it no matter what happens. But that damn Arkansas game, it coming into fans talking shit, players talking shit.
Well, what made it worse is when they lost to Kansas.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that was the nail in the coffin for the
double
whole
overtime.
That did too.
And I mean, they came back in the second half, but the first half, I think Kansas was up like 42-14 or something like that. It wasn't close in the first half.
Trash performances, man. They always putting up trash performances. But Fonzie, we gotta get you on here, man. We gotta get you on here for a full length show, man. We got some topics coming up. We got state championship football coming up. We got college football playoffs and college bowl games coming up. We got to get you on here for a whole show, man.
For sure.
Hey, speaking of which, Wascom plays tomorrow.
First state.
There we go.
And if they win, they go to state.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna be straight up. Coach Keeling, I would have never saw, like, when he was at Pleasant Grove. I mean, he was a great coach at Pleasant Grove, but I would have never thought that he'd go off and have success that he's having. He's kicking ass, man.
Hey, my sophomore year, he told us in practice, whenever y'all graduate, I'm gone. And I was like, why? He was like, there ain't nothing left. And Nick, you remember, like, right after the football season? Gone.
He was gone.
He took the first head coaching job he got offered, it seemed
He
like.
probably already had it when he told y'all that.
He knew he was gone.
He got up out of there, man. But hey, all success and love all the way towards Wascom, man. Shout out Coach Keelan for doing this thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Most definitely, man. But Fozzie, appreciate you for clicking that link, big dog.
All right, man. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Y'all take it easy.
All right,
you too, bro.
All right, bye.
Peace.
It is that time in the show, my guy, where I got to get those mental health checks, man. Tell me how you doing, man, financially. Or we ain't gonna start off with the financial. That's crazy to do that. Start off with the personally, physical, and then business wise and financial, man. How's it going over there?
All right, man. So physically, I mean, I feel good. A little tired because this week I've been just doing a bunch of running around for work and everything. But I say I'm sitting about a 7 physically. Mentally, man, I am wore out. I've been looking over my numbers and getting presentations ready. I got not only my boss next Tuesday, but I got his boss flying in to come work with me and you know what I'm saying, see how I'm doing and see how my performance is going in the market. So I'm super stressed out. So mentally I'm at about a 5 right now. Just really don't know how next week gonna go. But normally I stress about it and everything goes well. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah.
I'm doing my job. So like I said, sitting about a 5. Um what you call it? Personally, life's good, getting ready for Christmas, but the on the 18th head down and get Macy. She'll be spending Christmas up here. And then financially, man, or business wise, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. Been talking to a guy about making some NFTs for the RTL podcast and gonna get some dreaded archer NFTs out there as well. And I got somebody to redo the dreaded archer logo. You know what I'm saying? And the net, not the net. By January there will be some gear out. It's gonna be
January.
January gonna be some gear out.
Just a little bit left in bow season. We're gonna get some gear. That's tragic.
Man, Bill, let me tell you something. Both like I was gonna go out this weekend, but we supposed to get 5 to 12 inches of snow. I ain't going out this weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cold one right there, boy. That's gonna be a cold one. I need to link on with Rex Hayes, man, so I can get out there and at least put some pigs on the ground. I ain't
I
got no
know,
damn deer
man.
meat. But for myself, man, personally, I'm doing good right now, man. I say about an 8, 9, right there, just living life, rolling. Christmas time coming up. You see, I got my little festivity lights
All
in
right,
the
little
in
lights
the
up.
in the cave. You know what I'm saying? So, Christmas coming up, man. I'm feeling good, and physically, I feel good. Hey, actually, I'll tell you a physical story the other day. So, I started training again a little bit, helping walk out down at the gym, and there's some little kids training where they had an odd number during the little relay races. So I helped. I hopped in. I ain't sprinting in a while. It's been a minute. It's been
Oh
some months
man.
since I sprinted. Right. So we get out there, and the little guy, the guys on my team, they didn't want to do push-ups. If you lose, you had to do push-ups. So the first time, I get out there and I kind of just tried it out. Well, we were lost. Like we were way in the back when I got it. I wasn't trying to catch up. We lost. Whatever. We had to do the push-ups. So I told him I wouldn't make him do push-ups no more. So I was gonna sprint. So the next time it comes to my turn, we way behind again. So I sprint like a fool, catch up, we win it all, whatever. Bro, I'm talking about hamstrings tight,
Hype boy, like us
knees
on.
hurting, but we gotta go again. We gotta go
Bruh,
again.
I've been there.
So I nutted up and did it, whatever. But I was just like, damn, man, can't no stretching, no nothing, man. Getting old out here, but
Hey man, when you try to strike out and you ain't, when you like me, I'm over the 30, man. You gotta stretch before you do anything. Cause if I get the striking out, man, them hamstring just nah, bro, not today, brother. We need about 15, 20 minutes.
exactly, man. And then financial business wise, man, obviously RTL rolling. Season 2, season 3, episode 2. So we rolling on that. Training again, like I said there, and then work is work, man. Busy, busy, busy. It was all day long doing sales sheets and all that stuff. So financially, we good, man. Sitting at about a 7 or 8 right there, too, dog. Christmas coming around. Just got a couple more Christmas gifts tonight. Got a few more to buy, and then it's over with.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
man.
but that's gonna do it, man. Any last words for the people?
Oh no, man. Just everybody and have a good holiday season. Be safe out there and watch out for the porch pirates, man, because they getting bad around here. I don't know about down there, man, but around here, them porch pirates, boy,
I
they
don't know
hit.
nothing about no other porch, and I can't speak on no other porch. But I know one porch that better not get pirated. That's all. That's all I got to
That's all I
say
gotta
about that.
say. Like Forrest Gump, say, That's all I gotta say about that.
That's
hey, Nick,
all I
hey,
gotta say.
or like our boy Hoppin' Bob.
Real talk though, real
But
talk.
no, hey, real talk. I saw a video. This cat pulled up. Like Amazon just came, dropped the package off. This dude pulls up in the blue Jeep Cherokee, gets out, smoked a cigarette in front of the.
I saw that. That was here.
Wasn't Texarkana?
I think so.
Smoked a cigarette in front of the Ring doorbell and proceeded to pick up the packages and go to his car. Said, "You gotta be bold and not care
Like I said,
to stop, smoke a cigarette. Because one, that's just you a bad criminal, bro. Like you couldn't wait to get in the car and smoke your cigarette as you driving. You gotta stop and smoke. Your habit is bad.
like I said, I can't speak for no other porch. I know one porch that better not get pirated off of. And with that being said, man, this is season 3, episode 2 of the Read Talk and Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host Trey Reed, and we are out.
Peace.
Squad. I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't go close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say, what?